What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. Now, normally on the channel, I don't really keep up to date with a lot of the news stuff going on in the world of rugby, you know, the big headlines and things that grab you. I tend not to make, you know, individual videos about them all. I tend to make it more about the content of the individual games, but occasionally a story comes across where I just feel like you got to make a video, right? This is incredible. Owen Farrell has had his red card overturned from his hit on Tane Basham on the weekend after it's gone through to panel. Now, he got yellow carded in the game. It went through the new bunker rule. It said it met all the guidelines to be upgraded to a red card, had to step out of that game, and after he'd been to his tackle school and doing a number of tackles almost identical in the way that he does that shoulder tackle up in an upright position, you thought, my goodness, this guy might actually miss the entirety of the World Cup. The hit, when I saw it live in game, I thought, well, he's getting red carded for this. He didn't get red carded straight away, and I was like, that's a bit surprising. But they did the bunker rule absolutely fine, testing out that new type of rule, and I thought, hey, the bunker rule is working. Got his red card, but been overturned in panel. So today we're going to have a read through of the article that's gone on and actually have a look at the video and see if we can make sense of it, because I'm genuinely really interested in this. I think he's got away with murder in this one. So the article we're looking at happens to be Wales Online. I originally came with my phone. It was from Sky, and I can't find the Sky article on my PC. But I had a look through the article. This one has all the same key information. There he is, the boy himself, Owen Farrell, getting away with some magic here. So Owen Farrell's red card has been rescinded, and he is free to play in England's entire World Cup. So it's been taken down now. There's no game ban, so he'll be able to play the rest of the warm-up games for England and go on to play in the entirety of the World Cup. He's face missing England's critical World Cup opener against Argentina, which just so happens to be England's first game, and a 3-match ban would mean you missed that one, which is the low end really for a red card. And indeed, their entire pool stage after he was sent off for a dangerous tackle against Wales. Farrell's shoulder led challenge to the head of Tane Basham in Saturday's victory at Twickenham was upgraded through the bunker review system, as we already know. He's turned up in panel on Tuesday morning, so today morning, by some guy. I'm not really sure of the legalities of who turns up and what have you. The mid-range sanction for a dangerous tackle is 6 games, so he would have missed all of that pool stage. Also in the past, he's a 5-match ban in 2020 and a 2-match ban in 2016. I'm not sure actually what the 2016 one was. I can't see that. But the red card has been overturned and there is no ban. So in the full statement, he's appeared before the committee via a video link, having received a red card for the act of foul play, 9.13. A player must not tackle an opponent early, late or dangerously. Dangerous tackles includes, but is not limited to, tackling or attempting to tackle an opponent above the line of the shoulders, even where the tackle starts below the line of the shoulders. So we'll keep that in mind when we have a look at the actual tackle later on. The independent committees, consisting of some people, who I also don't really know a lot about, the player acknowledged that whilst he had committed an act of foul play, he denied that the act was worthy of red card. Imagine saying, yeah, I did rob that bank and I know it's a crime. I don't think it's worthy of going to prison. I can't think of a lot of other things you get to just say, yeah, I did that thing and it was wrong, but I don't think it was worthy of the punishment. After reviewing all the evidence, questioning the player in detail and hearing submissions from the player's representative, the committee concluded that the foul play review officer was wrong. So not so much that there was, you know, the call was wrong on the pitch, but the actual officer in the bunker got the call wrong. So having like 5 different people and 10 different camera angles and 10 minutes to do it can still allow you to be wrong, which doesn't bode well for the bunker rule at all. On the balance of probabilities to upgrade the yellow card issued to a red card, the committee determined when applying World Rugby's head contact process that mitigation should be applied to the high degree of danger found by the foul play review officer, which, you know, I imagine they would do. The committee found that a late change in dynamics due to England's number 2, Jamie George, interaction in the contact area brought about a sudden and significant change in the direction from the ball carrier, and in the committee's opinion that was enough to mitigate it down to what should have been a yellow card. The committee believe it is important to record that no criticism is made of the foul play review officer, even though he got it wrong, so somebody's in the wrong somewhere, nor would it be warranted. Unlike the foul play review officer, the committee had the luxury of time to deliberate and consider in private the incident and the proper application of the head contact process. They have 10 minutes. I mean, I think that's long enough to make one of those big decisions. Granted, these guys will get, a lot more time to sit and think about it and be paid off or whatever. No, we're not going to do mean things like that. But, I don't really think that's fair. I think 10 minutes to be able to look at that tackle should absolutely be long enough to say this was done. They didn't even take the whole 10 minutes, right? They only took about 3 or 4 minutes before it was upgraded. They knew pretty quickly that he wasn't going to be coming onto that pitch. The committee believed that this is in contrast to the foul play review officer, who was required to make the decision in a matter of minutes without the benefit of all the additional material, including hearing from the player and his legal representative. I don't know why that suddenly makes a massive difference, having your legal representative there. And on that basis, the committee did not uphold the red card, and the player is free to play again immediately. So what they're saying is the impact of Jamie George going into Tame Basham means that it completely invalidates the impact made by Farrell. Now, the law was quite clear, right? I mean, this is what we're going to look at now to see whether this is justified. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the world is wrong. To be honest, I haven't seen anyone even disagree with this. I've seen some pretty hardcore England supporters even say, that was a dumb tackle. That's a red card. I'm quite surprised it's come to this. So the law states a player must not tackle an opponent early, late, or dangerously. Dangerous tackling includes, but is not limited to, tackling or attempted to tackle an opponent above the line of the shoulders, even where the tackle starts below. So he could have even started lower and still rise. And if you make contact above the shoulders, that's the infringement on the law. So what we're going to do, because this will be fun, it's not something I've ever done on the channel before, I'll move my own face over here and let's have a watch through. Let's have a watch through and see how it gets on. Now, I can't actually just play it at full speed because I imagine I'll immediately get copyright claim for this. I imagine World Rugby's going to try and get rid of these videos very quickly. So here's Tame Basham coming in. So Owen Farrell at shoulder height, arguably I might say actually might even start below shoulders. I would even say there. Rises up. And, I mean, it's just contact to the head for me. I would maybe even allow the starting bit of that phrase. He actually kind of starts low. He's not low. He's not tackling hips. He's absolutely stood in an upright position. We've seen red cards this before. He starts below Tame Basham's shoulders, but Tame Basham's about 6'5" or something, so your shoulders are quite high anyway. But certainly raises up and makes head contact. Now, the right arm for me here isn't in any way trying to wrap a tackle. The left arm's a little bit harder to see. We'll get a slightly different angle, but it doesn't really look like he's wrapped him. He's definitely hit him and bounced him off. So the claim is that Jamie George coming in here and sort of grappling the back of his shirt has caused a big change in dynamics. Tame Basham is already running to the right. He kind of pushes him to the right. And Owen Farrell hits him and just drops him onto the ground. I do not see... I mean, if I've got some red tinted glasses on, everyone can drop that down in the comments. I really don't see this being a change in dynamics. He's already running to the right. Owen Farrell's lined him up from distance, remained upright the entire time, is staring seemingly at his face, and just launches his shoulder straight into his head, as we saw from that other angle, and just dropped him down. I don't see any ability there. Let's quickly have a zoom on through so we get a different angle. Maybe something's going to prove it here. I think Tame Basham's already going right here. Jamie George makes contact here. And they keep going right. And Owen Farrell is, I mean, he's stationary, so he's not come in with force. But he certainly leans into this one and makes contact direct to the head. I don't call that left arm as wrapping round, right? You've just led him with your shoulder. I mean, your arm's going to have to be somewhere. I don't think that's wrapping. His right arm certainly wasn't the shoulder that actually hit him. And then he's down. I would have to say, on reviewing it myself, and as no one in any way professionally trained to review this, and some of these other guys are, I have no idea how this is not a red card. I really don't. Genuinely, and I know people might think, oh, this guy's a Wales supporter, so he'll be biased. I'm trying to go through and find anything. I already think Tame Basham there is making a step to change right. Jamie George makes contact afterwards. He's already going right. I mean, the fact that he's dropping down, Owen Farrell to me is just upright there and a shoulder has hit the head. I think a lot of other supporters from different teams and different players who've received red cards for identical situations will be infuriated at this. There's no attempt to do anything there. That's just a big shoulder charge. Just put a big shot on a big guy from distance and drop him to ground. I don't agree with that one at all. But what does it mean going ahead then? So what this decision has meant is that he's allowed to play every game from now, so he'll be able to fit in. It does scream of favoritism towards the Tier 1 nations. I sort of said it once when Sexton got his ban, and he's got banned for just the right number of games to come back for the entirety of the World Cup. And the Ireland's first game's against Romania, right? They absolutely could have said, give him 1 extra week. He's banned for the Romania game. And it doesn't look like we're sort of favouring the Tier 1 nations a little bit. Because I highly doubt Sexton's probably playing in that Romania game. I imagine they'll put on a bit more of a B team for that one. This again now, you know, they've got a big game against Ireland next weekend. Argentina is the first one and is sort of arguably the game that's going to decide the pool for me in that D pool. And I think losing England's captain, number 1 choice fly half, the guy who's known for his tackle, being quite poor. He's been to tackle school to have his other things reduced. For me, I think this screams of favoritism towards the Tier 1 rugby sides and making sure they have the best team to go in, make the most money from, revenue and people supporting the teams and stuff. I'm not even sure it would have been the worst thing for Farrell to gone out. I think it'd be interesting to see how George Ford and Marcus Smith would continue with just the 2 of them. But in terms of the impact on this now, they've basically said you're allowed to shoulder charge someone in the head as long as someone pushes them first. That's what's been said. We'll see how they uphold that rule across the World Cup. And the bunker rule. What's the point in it? What's the point in the bunker rule anymore? If you can go to a bunker rule and have... It's not just one person, right? I know it's said the reviewing officer. There's 5 different camera angles. They've got a bunch of screens. I'm sure they're not sat in a room on their own. They'll have someone else and a couple of other people to show them different shots. Probably get a bit of an overall feel for it. I thought this was a red card as soon as it happened. And he got the yellow to be reviewed. And I thought, hey, this is the new process. I don't mind that at all. This got upgraded to a red card, I think, as we all expected. I haven't seen anyone defending it anywhere that it was anything other than a red card. And this one happens to have got rescinded just in time for England to play some big games against Ireland and play in a big pool stage against Argentina. This to me screams, yeah, we're doing this because it's a Tier 1 side and we want them to, have every available opportunity probably to make World Rugby the most money and have the best teams going in. But let me know what you think down in the comment sections, guys. Do you think that what they've said in the reviewing panel of why it's been mitigated is correct? Or is this a red card? I'm sure you can guess my thoughts on it just by listening to the video. But there we are, guys. That's going to be the little news video today. I was going to be doing a completely different video. That's going to come out tomorrow now, doing the alternate jersey tier list. So make sure you are subscribed to keep up to date with all the latest videos as they come out on the channel. I look forward to reading everyone's comments on this matter because there's going to be some big talking points. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.